This is an Eastern Rosella, and the reason that I have started this video a little bit differently with a picture of the Eastern Rosella, which is actually taken from Wikipedia, is because they're actually quite difficult to track down well, they're everywhere in Adelaide. I have seen rosellas and rainbow lorikeets as well. But as far as my filming location in Benithan Park, they're quite difficult to catch, possibly because it's a fairly high traffic area and there's a lot of people present. But although they are in the park, they're difficult to spot because they don't tend to come down to the ground very often. Unlike the main parrot species that I see on the ground level are cockatoos and the roseate cockatoos or galahs. Those are the main ones that come to the ground and they tend to forage on the ground. However, I think the rosellas and the rainbow lorikeets, they tend to stay in the treetops. And so, yeah, they're very difficult to spot. And even though they've got very bright, exotic coloring, it's quite difficult to see them once they're up in the treetops because they tend to blend in, and often the trees will cast a shadow, so you can't actually see their coloring. So yeah, it was it was actually very difficult to get a video of these birds, but I did finally get manage to catch Rosella on camera, like several of them together, and I believe it's the Great Eastern Rosella, even though I couldn't get a close-up shot. And in the following clip that I'm about to show you, I've had to slow it down significantly so that you could actually see the action that's happening because it was an extremely short clip and they moved around quite quickly and it was just very difficult to sort of see what was happening. But basically what I did was, rather than deleting it because it'll be take me a very long time to get to make another decent film, like without a drone camera or something similar, it'll be very hard to get up because it was very high up in the treetops that I saw them. So yeah, rather than doing that and waiting for the perfect opportunity to make a video, which probably won't happen, I just decided to keep the short clip that I made, but I slowed it down. I actually had to slow it down twice. So it's an extreme slow motion, and unfortunately, it's not very close up. So you don't get a very good view of the coloring, but you do get to see them take flight. So um, I hope you enjoy the clip coming that's just about to come up. So as I mentioned in the previous clip, I've slowed down this particular video because I just wanted to show the birds, the Eastern Rosellas, in a close up. And I mean, this is as close as I could get. I literally had to lie on the ground to get this shot because they were so far up in the treetops that it wasn't possible to get them any other way. I was just lucky how they were positioned that I happened to see them. I kind of had to take a guess that they're Eastern Rosellas based on their coloring, but if you look closely, you can see that they've got red heads, a yellow breast, and a blue on their back, which is the coloring of the Eastern Rosella, but it's kind of hard to see because of the tree casting a shadow. But they're about to take flight, and that's part of the reason why I slowed this down so you could see that in slow motion. So yeah, they're quite interesting when they fly.